Because I believe that when you're stronger, as in truly believe in this, when you're stronger, everything becomes easier for you. It may not be always be madali. It can be hard sometimes, but at the end of the day, what's important is that as you get stronger, you become better. Yan ang pinaka gusto ko i-share. Because in whatever adversity I went through in life, yung pagbabalik ko sa kung saan ako nabuo nung pagbubuhat, getting stronger, yan ang pinupuntahan ko lagi. So yun yung parang one of my biggest reasons why I went to coaching was to share what strength training has given me. It's like sharing what I have, the gift it has given me. Parang ganun talaga siya.
Hi, good day, truth seekers. Welcome to the Unspoken Truth with DGY Academy. I am Christelle.
And I'm Samantha. We are here to fuel your curiosities. Dive with us as we uncover the unspoken truth of people from different walks of life.
Hi Sam, kamusta ka? It's been a while. I mean, sobrang dami na nating na-invite from the last episode. How are you so far?
Grabe, good day, Miss Cristel. Again, hoping that you're safe and healthy as well as to our audiences and listeners. It's nice to be back for a new episode because I know my inspirational tank will be filled up again because of the important learnings na matututunan natin from our guest for today. So, let's start.
Yes, I am also very excited, very, very excited because again, this is another fitness coach that we will be featuring on the podcast. And yeah, for this episode, our guest for today is the owner and coach of Rise Up PH, a certified online trainer. He is also a credentialed life coach whose mission is to assist men in developing themselves, their adolescents and 20s, strengthening themselves in their 30s and fortifying their 40s and beyond. Magandang araw po and welcome to the show, Coach A.
Hi guys, how are you? Thank you for having me. I'm really
Of
honored
course,
to be a part of your episode.
the pleasure is ours po. And ayun po siguro, to start the ball rolling, we would just like to ask din, for sure, lahat naman po tayo naapektuhan ng pandemya na nararanasan natin currently. We're inside of our homes. Gusto lang din po namin malaman na despite all these dilemmas, paano po kayo nagko-cope up? And baka meron po kayong tip na pwede nyo pong i-share sa ating audience and sa ating listeners?
well, well, to be honest, pandemic for me was it's a bit of both. It's a blessing when it comes to my business of online coaching because it's really thrived for the past few months. At the same time, yung feeling of uncertainty and the causes of different anxieties, it has been a personal journey as well. So I guess for anyone who's going through different paths of growth at the same time different paths of anxieties and uncertainty, ang pinaka I guess as of now ang pinaka pwede nating mabigay ko, same thing I did with myself was really go back to self, meaning you try to look at what you can do for yourself, things you can improve on, and things you can control. Kasi the idea sometimes of us, whatever we fear, kung ano pinakatakutan natin, whatever we fear, it's sometimes caused by things outside of our control. So I guess the best way to do that is always focus on self, because that's the only thing we can control. Our choices, our different take on different things, how we view things, yung perspective natin. Yan lang kaya natin control eh. Kasi at the end of the day, a lot of things outside, it's out of our control. Yun lang talaga yung pinaka-important dyan.
Totoo po yan. And to start the interview siguro, Coach, we wanted to know, like, how did you start to pursue the profession that you are in right now? Like, I mentioned a while ago, is it like a childhood dream po to be, to have a business
Mm.
like this? Or nangyari na lang siya?
The coaching business, I've been in this business and industry for the past little more than 10 years. So I started way back 2010. And at that time, my goal was always to share what strength training, fitness, getting stronger has helped me. It's helped me build a lot about myself and of how I am as a man. So all of those learnings I have been able to get from fitness and getting stronger, I want to share it to other men in particular at that time. Because I believe that when you're stronger, as in truly believe in this, when you're stronger, everything becomes easier for you. It may not be always be madali. It can be hard sometimes, but at the end of the day, what's important is that as you get stronger, you become better. Yan ang pinaka gusto ko i-share. Because in whatever adversity I went through in life, yung pagbabalik ko sa kung saan ako nabuo nung pagbubuhat, getting stronger, yan ang pinupuntahan ko lagi. So yun yung parang one of my biggest reasons why I went to coaching was to share what strength training has given me. It's like sharing what I have, the gift it has given me. Parang ganun talaga siya.
Siguro po follow-up question lang din po doon sa nasabi ninyo na yung strengthening for you is before parang talaga physical training, like nagbubuhat po talaga kayo. But in terms of emotional strength, meron po ba kayong tip na pwedeng ma-share sa amin or yung kahit yung ginagawa nyo po on a daily basis para mas mapalakas po natin yung emotional and psychological health natin? Kasi 'di ba parang meron nga po silang kasabihan na parang physical health or psychological health is as important as our physical health. So baka po meron po kayong maibahagi sa amin on that matter.
On that part, you always go back kasi to fitness. If you think about it, we always start and end with our bodies. Diba? For example, when I say getting stronger, it not necessarily mean na parang automatically physical stronger naman eh. Nobody gets physically stronger without using this first. It all starts with the mind. When you're under a bar, when you're trying to lift something heavy that you haven't lifted before, all of those questions pop up in your head. Can I do this? Am I gonna fail? Your fear is there. Kumbaga, andun talaga lahat ng iba't ibang development beyond you getting stronger. Kumbaga, what I'm trying to say here is that before you get to the part where you are already getting strong, a lot of things happen in your head already. And that part is where I try to share with people. For example, I have men come to me. They feel really down with themselves. Tapos they don't know how to start on, how to pick up their lives. So what I try to do is with that is that let's get fit first. Because when you are feeling better about yourself, you can think clearly. Eh. Mas madali mag-isip how to plot other parts of your life. And it's easier for you to assess your mental health. Kasi yung katawan mo mismo, naalagaan mo na maayos. Most of the time, when you are really down here, when you have anxieties, when you really have a lot of problems in your head, the best way is to just take a walk. Kasi that will free your mind of all the anxieties you're really undergoing. And that's why, for me, physical fitness is very valuable because the underlying thing beyond being physically fit is the mental, what you call mental gift it gives you, the clarity it gives you when you take a walk, the strength that your mind develops when you get stronger, yung mga ganung bagay na hindi masyado na pag-usapan. Yun yung t-share ko with people all the time.
Yes po. Siguro, what I can ponder based on sa sinabi ni Coach A kanina is that ako personally po talaga nabanggit ko rin po ito sa na interview namin yesterday na nagtatry po talaga akong mabalik sa sarili ko yung physical health ko. Like, nagme-meditate na po ako, nagsistart na rin ako ng walking. Kasi parang sa akin, parang it's really important to take that first step. Kasi, I mean, that may be the hardest, pero that's a good, parang to start na rin kung ano yung gusto kong baguhin within me. Kasi once na, physically healthy ka and mentally healthy ka, parang everything will come along and dire-diretso na siya. It's like a domino effect. So, ayun po, Coach. Siguro next question ko lang din po kasi nabanggit niyo po kanina na merong mga clients na lumalapit sa inyo na they don't know how to start. Parang they're kinda parang worried and anxious about things, no? For sure din po, nangyayari naman po yun sa lahat ng tao. Kahit po sa coach na katulad ninyo na tumutulong din sa iba. So, I would just like to ask lang din po na was there a time na na-experience nyo po na nandun din kayo sa situation ng mga taong lumalapit sa inyo? And if yes po, ano po ba yung ginawa nyo during that time, during that parang downfalls?
Yes.
And yun din po, baka may maari po kayong maibahagi sa amin. And from that downfall, how did you rise up?
Um, I did. I had depression a few years back, especially mga 2018 up to 2019, and it came back last year as well. What I did was just that knowing that I can't stay in that state, I asked for help. Asked help from therapists. I went to therapy. I asked help from mentors and coaches because coaching kasi it's like ano eh, how do I say this? You absorb energy. Everything client undergoes, they share with you. Their fears, lahat ng pinagdadaanan nila, and you are the stronghold of them to get going. Kumbaga ikaw tutulong sa kanila coming from point A to point B. You bridge the gap. So sometimes when you absorb so much energy, you yourself gets tired. So nauubos ka rin. So what I tried to with that, when I got to that point wherein parang, oy, this is not healthy for me. What's happening with me? I'm having hard time sleeping. I feel like I'm spiraling down. Ang dami nangyayari sa thoughts ko. Parang my thoughts are just in disarray. The best thing I did at the time was really just ask for help. I went to therapy. I went to a therapist, a psychologist, and then she told me, okay, what's inside your head? I shared everything there. I laid everything out. Because when you share your thoughts, it goes out in the universe. When you share with someone who really you trust, like an expert in this case, mas madali mong magkakaroon ng clarity eh. Yun yung when you keep it bottled up inside, most people do that, especially men. They keep it bottled up inside eh. And then afterwards, it gets blown up. So yun yung parang dapat ma-realize. That's why I am here to coach other people, and ako naman, I ask help from other coaches as well. That way, I will not lose sight of what I'm supposed to do. I take care of myself as well. That's what I did that time nung depressed ako talaga na sobra. I got coaches, I got mentors, I got therapy. Yun yung importante ko.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Coach. Also, I'd like to know lang kasi, Coach Pao, he is our boss, and parang he always motivates us to be better, especially when it comes to our physical health. Pero I'd like to ask you, like, nung naging coach po kayo, was there a time na feel nyo in the morning na ayoko mag-exercise ngayon? Parang ayokong gumalaw.
Yeah, it happened. It still happens. Happened before, it still happens from time to time. But before, I used to hate myself for not training because it's like, I need to, kumbaga parang dapat coach ka, dapat lagi motivated, dapat you're really perfect. Pero what I realized, I am human as well. And the more that I try to be relatable, na parang intindihin ko what I'm going through during those times I don't want to exercise, the more I can help other people. Because at the end of the day, at some point in time, titigil ka talaga eh. You some point in time, parang, I don't want, even walking, I don't want to walk. What I want to do is just stay here in bed. It only means one thing. At that time, your body needs that. And for me, being that I've been doing this for a long time, I can assess that easily now. But before, there's a part of ego na parang kailangan ganito ako. There's part of parang expectations for self, yung mga ganun klaseng ba, insecurity, so parang kailangan ko pakita, I'm really the strongest person out there all the time. But it doesn't serve you eh. So what serves me was being real and honest with myself na I need to rest. And that's what I share with my audience and my clients as well. Parang, if your body is telling you to rest, it's okay to rest. If your body is telling you to stop now, it's okay to stop. Ang ayaw lang natin is you completely stop and don't go through it. Yun yung parang sinishare ko with them. It's okay to stop, it's okay to pause, it's okay to take a break, but just go through with it the next day. It's normal to stop. It's normal to be unmotivated. But the important part is knowing you will go back at some point in time. Babalik at babalik ka. Napaka-importante niya.
Totoo po yan, Coach. No? Siguro sa mga nabanggit ni Coach kanina, I'd like to highlight and emphasize yung nabanggit niya na kung talagang kailangan ng katawan natin na magpahinga, parang, let's acknowledge the fact that rest is also a productive thing to do. Kasi po parang naniniwala sila na kapag natutulog ka, you're just sleeping and you're not doing anything productive. So kaya parang ibang tao, before, ako po, aminado naman po ako dun sa fact na yun na kapag nagpapahinga ako, parang nararamdaman ko within me na may hindi ako nagagawang bagay and parang nada-down ako in a way na I think hindi tama yung pagpapahinga kasi nga wala akong natatapos na gawain. Pero yun nga po, parang I came to understand that rest is also radical, no? It's something we really need, most especially in this time of the pandemic. And ayun po, I would just also like to acknowledge din and thank you din po for also mentioning yung experience ninyo before that you had depression, that it was not, an easy journey para po sa inyo. Gusto ko lang din po sigurong itanong, follow-up bago rin po magtanong si Miss Cristel na para po dun sa mga tao na siguro up to this day, nararanasan din nila yon or parang demotivated sila na gumawa ng bagong bagay or mag-try ng ibang bagay. Meron po ba kayong parang powerful message sa kanila to ponder on? Siguro sana pag narinig nila to or napanood nila to. Go, Coach.
For anyone who's going through those rough patches in life, we all go through that. And the best thing that I can address that, everything passes. Nothing hard in this life stays hard. Walang pagdadaanan na hindi mo dadaanan eventually. We will all go through that. And realizing that you will go through that. It makes sense. We all go through hardship and we will go through hardship. Realizing that that's normal. It's part of you growing. Makes you realize that from here on, the part of me undertaking this task or undertaking this part of my journey where it's hard, this is the part where I should cherish. Because it's the part where I will remember how I went through this and how I am able to go through this. This is the part where I will remember all the time how much growth I've experienced. Yun yung parang pinaka-pwede ko i-share. Because everything I experienced in life, all the hardships, all the parts where I doubted every bit of myself, and everything I felt like the world was against me, it all passed by. What's important is that during that time is you realize that you are growing. And you need to find a way to make yourself go further. Yun ang pinaka-importanting part.
Oh, grabe yun. Sobrang powerful ni Coach.
Sorry, daldal ko.
Motivational speaker ata to si Coach. Ang ganda nun. Sobrang ganda nun. Coach, siguro a lot of people would ask this, like, to someone who is a fitness guru, like, does intermittent fasting work for everybody? Or kapag ba hindi ako kumain ng kanin, papayat ako without exercise?
Sige, let's tackle the intermittent fasting first. The gist of intermittent fasting, the way it really works is that you lessen the time frame of you eating. For example, if you used to eating from 6 a.m. to 12 midnight in intermittent fasting, that's reduced. So you end up like eating, let's say, at 12 noon and stop eating at 10 p.m. And by that virtue alone, that less time of you eating, you automatically, the idea is automatically eat less. Kasi during that time frame, may part na mabubusog ka, may part na titigil ka sa pagkain, you feel like you're too bloated. But because the time frame is limited, the amount of food you're taking inside your body is automatically limited. Does it work for everyone? It can work for everyone, but it is not always for everyone. But the point is, ano yung pinaka-important doon? If you think about the deeper gist of it, the important is eating less. So that's what you have to find a way. For example, we go to the next part. Eating rice, will you lose weight in eating rice? Yes, definitely, because eating rice is carbohydrate, and carbohydrates are the 3 macronutrients: protein, carbs, and fat. If you lessen one macronutrient in your body, you will automatically be eating less. Yun yung parang pinaka-important part that people don't realize. There's no magic when it comes to eating, lessen the time frame of eating. There's no magic of you reducing the food groups that you're gonna be eating. Ang pinaka-important from both aspects is that you're eating less. Now, the next question goes, how will you know if it works for you? Try it out. If it's easier for you to have a time frame in your head na, okay, at least automatic, it's simpler for me to understand that the time window for me to eat is just 11 a.m. to 8 to 9 p.m. Automatic, alam ko yan lang time frame ko. Automatic, babawasan ko. Napaka-simple, I can follow that strategy all the time. For example, eating less carbs or not eating rice. Automatic, just reduce it. That strategy will work for you. But, yeah, like I said, those are strategies. Intermittent fasting, keto eating, reducing rice, low carb, all of those things are food strategies, nutrition strategies. You employ it as a strategy. But the principles are what important. You have to understand that. What is the principle? If you eat less, you will lose weight. If you eat less and move more, you will lose weight. If you eat more, if you eat more and if you eat more and move less, you will gain weight. Yan yung mga prinsipyo that people need to understand all the time. Yes. Yeah,
Ayan.
that's how
Kailangan natin yung tandaan
Diba?
para sa ating mga listeners na talagang
Oo.
gustong i-try yung ganitong klaseng routine, no? Pero ako siguro it will take time para ma-adapt ko siya kasi sobrang lakas ko sa kanin. So I don't think it will be, a piece of cake for me. Pero ayun nga po, no, para sa ating mga viewers, listeners na nagtatry po ng iba't ibang types of parang like diet. Like may mga narinig din po tayo na parang mga posts, articles, or mga palabas sa TV na nagtuturo ng iba't ibang klase ng diet. Siguro po among all those, meron po ba kayong parang general advice that would fit all types of people? Kasi alam ko po medyo adventurous po tayo ngayon since pandemic, marami tayong gustong subukan dahil we're all confined inside our home. So baka meron po kayong mas mabibigay na advice sa kanila.
Okay, the way I do things kasi, it's always about principles. What's the first principle? If you want to lose weight, you have to eat less and move more. Okay, knowing that that's the principle right there. So what do? Okay, realize next thing, what's my schedule? If in a day I have 30 minutes of window for exercising, what's the easiest exercise I can do? Maybe I can walk for 30 minutes. Okay, you have an exercise added to that. Next one, ano ang pwede mong gawin? Okay, I don't want to count calories, for example. I don't want to count macros. I don't know how to do that. The next best thing you can do for that is assess. Okay, if I'm having, let's say, 3 meals a day and 3 snacks a day, so 6 times kumakain ako. Maybe what I can do, kasi ang prinsipyo is eating less, maybe I'll reduce the snacks. I'll remove all the snacks and just focus on 3 plates per day, and that's it. That's that kind of simple way of addressing the eating less part. Tapos, ang gawin mo, no more second serving. I'll just place whatever's on my plate. That's what I'm gonna eat 3 times a day. Automatic, if you're coming from kumbaga kung dati malakas ka kumain talagang madami, if you reduce that automatically by just counting the plates, you will automatically lose weight because you're automatically in a caloric deficit in a very simple terms. So if you're asking me what is the best way for people, best general advice, realize, first and foremost, what is your schedule? What are you capable of? Ano bang kaya mo in the long run? If you can count calories, go study it. If you can just simple as count the plates you're gonna be eating, go employ it. What I try to do it kasi it's hard to give general advices kasi people need to realize we are all responsible with our actions. If I give you like a general advice of wag ka lang kumain ng rice, what if kunyari you're acidic, you need to eat rice. What if kunyari kailangan mo certain kind of food group? It's hard, but the principles principles never change. So you find a way to know what the principles are, and then from there you work towards what best works for you. Dun sa prinsipyo na if I want to lose weight, I need to eat less. I need to move more. Dun lang tayo mag-iisip-isip. If I want to gain weight, I need to move more. I need to eat more. I need to move less. Yung mga ganyan kasimpleng, yan ang pinaka-general advice. Know the principles and then employ the proper strategies that is suitable to your lifestyle, that is suitable to your schedule, suitable to your strengths and weaknesses. Yan yung parang next part of that.
All right. Well, I guess that wraps up the episode. Thank you so much, Coach A. I personally learned a lot kasi parang, okay, nasagot na yung tanong ko kasi I've been researching about intermittent fasting. Kasi nga ayokong gumagalaw. Sobrang tamad akong gumalaw. Not until Coach Pao told me na, Tel, kailangan na talaga because
Galaw lang talaga muna.
mataas na po yung weight. So, ayun. Do you have any other questions for Coach A, Sam?
Ako, I have no further questions, but I would just like to thank Coach A kasi ayan, napaalalahanan tayo and yung ating listeners and audience na we're all humans, no? Napapagod tayo, marami tayong iniisip. We became anxious, most especially during this time of the pandemic na hindi tayo makapunta sa mga gusto nating puntahan, makamit ng mga taong gusto nating makausap in person. But despite that, marami naman pa rin naman tayong pwedeng magawa, no, inside our homes, no, para mas makilala natin yung sarili natin, our self-perception, para mas maalagaan pa natin yung sarili natin katulad nung ginagawa ko na marami akong sinusubukang bagay na hindi ko naman nagagawa before because of the busy schedule. But now, no, it's really important to make time for ourselves. So thank you for that, Coach A.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be a part of your podcast. I hope I'm able to give what you guys need from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Coach A. Thank you for accepting our invite po. We know how busy you are and I believe kaka-vaccine lang ni Coach kanina. So,
Kanina. Kaya nga parang kala ko di ako makakatuloy eh. But I'm feeling better, so I guess, go na tayo, tara.
thank you so much, Co. So yeah, I
Thank you
guess
so
that's
much.
it, for this episode. And I believe all our listeners and followers are also excited for the next episodes to come and the guests that we will be having in the future. So our truth seekers are looking forward for the upcoming guests for sure. And believe me, I am sharing and Sam is sharing the same enthusiasm that you're feeling right now. Right, Sam?
Of course, Miss Cristel. And this has been DGY Academy. To know more about our future guests and events, you may follow us on our Facebook page, DGY Academy, and Instagram at The Gohoy Academy. Fuel your curiosities, be motivated daily.
All right. So this has been Unspoken Truth with DGY Academy. Have a great day and stay safe.